Doja Cat claps back at whitewash claims.
Celebs and internet reacts to Harvey Weinstein.
And Cardi B let the world know how she feels about the coronavirus.
All that and more on today's Daily Hollywood Rundown.
What is up, you guys? Welcome to today's episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. I'm Sussan Morad.
And I'm Emile Ennis Jr., and today is a very special day, as it is every single week, because today is Wednesday, which is Hump Day, which means absolutely nothing.
Nothing at all.
All right, so
all.
If you're a fan of DHR, you knew we were going to say that, and we appreciate each and every one of you. We have so much piping hot tea to get into, and also, excuse me, the tea was hot. We're working on a lot of fun things for DHR, so just stay tuned in the next few months or a couple of weeks. We don't know how long it's going to take, but there's some fun stuff happening. But we want you to be here, so just watch every single day. And the way that we can make sure that you never miss an episode is Monday through Friday. But also,
you hit the subscribe button. I mean, it's so easy. You hit the button right there and you hit the bell. That way we tell you when we've got news and piping hot tea. And you leave us comments. We love to read your comments, and we'll be covering some of our favorites this Friday in You're So Clever. So make sure you join in.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to start with some Harry Potter news, specifically Daniel Radcliffe news and coronavirus.
Daniel Radcliffe went viral earlier this week because there was a rumor going around that he had coronavirus from a major news outlet. But it looks like it was all a hoax. Headlines were buzzing that Daniel had come down with the coronavirus thanks to a hoax tweet from a fake BBC News Twitter account, BBC News Tonight. But please don't freak out, you guys. We can confirm that at the moment, Daniel Radcliffe is not infected. I repeat, he is not infected. Whew. This fake Twitter account that hijacked the BBC name reported that Daniel Radcliffe was, quote, the first famous person to be publicly confirmed with the virus. Yeah, and although the tweet seemed credible at first glance, if you click the profile for BBC News Tonight, it was clearly a fake account. The account only had 125 followers, and it has since been suspended for platform manipulation, according to a Twitter spokesperson. But at the time of the tweet, it sent the whole internet into a spiral, especially when other outlets started to pick up the story. But even after the fake account was deleted and journalists were untweeting the hoax tweet, Daniel's reps reiterated to the New York Post that the claim was, quote, not true. BuzzFeed News actually spoke to the people behind the hoax, and they said that, quote, it was funny that they were manipulating people's minds and that the internet was lowering people's IQ. And when asked why they targeted Daniel specifically, they said, quote, we needed someone who was famous, but not famous enough to be unbelievable. We found a celebrity that people care about, but didn't really have relevant fame. People love Daniel Radcliffe as a childhood star, but he isn't popular on social media. What, Emile? Like, who are they to even say that Daniel Radcliffe isn't famous enough? First of all, like, I'm triggered by that. Super triggered. Like, hello, that's Harry Potter you're talking about. Harry Potter.
Even though I'm a Hufflepuff and he's Gryffindor, obviously, I love Harry Potter.
I mean, we all love Harry Potter, first of all. Second of all, we're so happy he's okay.
Yeah.
Thirdly, I'm thinking, imagine Daniel seeing this news and going, hang on, guys.
Have you ever thought about that when there's those fake death reports about a celebrity and you're sitting at home scrolling, you're like, I'm not dead.
That would be so
weird. But
so
also,
weird.
My brain's weird. I also think about when celebs have to like act in a movie or a TV show as they're dead in like a casket, and I'm like, I never want to sit in the casket. Anyway, we have more news with Cardi B, who's also talking about the coronavirus, and let's just break it down. So there are more and more people speaking out and expressing fears over how rapidly it spread and what can be done to prevent it. Of course, many events have been canceled due to coronavirus, and lots of people are scared, and one of those people is none other than Cardi B. She took to Instagram to speak out in the video that she posted, and we'll show you the video in a sec, but she captioned it saying, you keep playing, I'm dead scared. I'm stocking up on food. She kept that same energy in her video. Check it out.
Government, let me tell y'all something. I don't know what the this coronavirus is about. I don't understand how that was from Wuhan, China. Now all of a sudden this is a tour. And let me tell y'all something. I ain't gonna front. I'm scared.
She goes on to say, just because you think you're immune to it, guess what? Your pockets ain't. A lot of comes from mother China. If you're wondering why your weave or your Fashion Nova packages haven't arrived, guess what? Coronavirus, I'm telling you, is getting real. You have to hear her say coronavirus, though.
Coronavirus!
Now, even though she's scared and sending a message to her fans, a lot of people are commenting on her body and hair. Like this fan that says, "This color hair is so you, the outfit is fire, and the nails just tops it off." Someone else said, "I don't care what you were saying, I was waiting for you to turn around." I saw this on my timeline, and you know what? The coronavirus fears, it is scary. It's a lot of people that are being affected, and you know, we get these reports constantly on our feed. It's a pandemic now, and all these people are being infected, people are dying. It is nice to get a little bit of humor in this situation though. Even though she was serious, it was still kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, I watched this video maybe 4 times because A, she looked freaking incredible.
Yeah.
Like I was looking at her hair and her body and going, wow, like I'm
When she
trying to
turned around, I was like,
yeah, damn. She looked amazing. But she's also being legit, like everyone thinks it's kind of like not that serious yet in some parts of the world, but like she's like, that's why your Fashion Nova packages haven't arrived, you know.
She brought up a good point because there's a lot of, it's more than just getting infected. There's a lot of different people and industries that it is affecting that we don't necessarily think about, so.
Yeah, let us know in the comment section as well what it's like where you currently are. I know you guys are watching from all over the world, so really curious to know what's going on in your hometown. Like, how are you guys dealing with all of this news, and has it impacted you? And if it has, we're so sorry. And praying that we really do, I don't know what's gonna happen with this virus.
Just take it a day at a time. All right, guys, moving on to some other news. Even if you don't keep up with mainstream news, I'm sure you've heard about everything that's been going on with Harvey Weinstein over the past few years and the Me Too movement in Hollywood. Well, he was sentenced today, and we're gonna break it down. So today, Harvey Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison for rape and sexual assault, and celebrity and the internet is reacting. A judge sentenced Harvey Weinstein to 23 years in prison for raping one woman, Jessica Mann, an aspiring actress, and sexually assaulting another woman, Miriam Haley, who was a TV and film production assistant. Harvey Weinstein was facing a maximum of 29 years in prison after a jury found him guilty of first-degree criminal sex act and third-degree rape on February 24th. It's reported that the jury acquitted him on the most serious charge of predatory sexual assault that carry a possible life sentence. Page 6 reports Harvey, who did not testify during the trial, spoke to the court ahead of his sentencing in a rambling address. He said, quote, "First of all, to all the women who testified, you may have given the truth. I have a great deal of remorse for all of you. However," he went on to say, "I'm totally confused, and I think men are confused," also adding, "I'm worried." So much of the internet today was reacting to the news, and we're pretty sure they will continue to react as the week goes on. Celebrities were among those reacting, including Jamila Jamil, who tweeted, "Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in jail. Congratulations to the incredible women who took this monster on. In spite of how maliciously he retaliated, you have made a huge leap forward for all women with this victory." YouTuber Philip DeFranco also tweeted his thoughts saying, "Harvey Weinstein was facing a minimum of 5 years but got much closer to the maximum possible of 29. At his age and with his alleged health issues, this is essentially a life sentence." As well as so many other people like this person who said, Harvey Weinstein's lawyer yesterday, "My client will die if he receives anything longer than a 5-year jail sentence." Next day, the judge, 23 years in jail with this Joker vid. And the Harvey Weinstein walker stick was one of the grossest theatrical displays I've ever seen. It makes his 23-year sentence that much sweeter. I think we were all kind of rejoicing when we saw this, just because when you hear the stories, and we've seen this play out, this has been a day that we've all been waiting to, we knew he was going to be charged, but we were just waiting to see what the sentencing was going to be, and I think there's a lot of people smiling today.
There's a lot of people smiling, and I'm so grateful that it wasn't the lower end of that scale, like where it could have been from 5 years to 29 years, I think was the max for the particular charges. And I'm so glad that it wasn't at that lower end, because I mean that would have just been a really bittersweet pill to swallow for so many people, and pretty much everybody, I think.
Yeah, let us know in the comments what you think about this, if you've been keeping up with all of this, and we'll keep you updated. Okay,
so we recently shared some exciting news about Doja Cat's latest music video, Say So, which we shared and talked about here on DHR. I want to do more TikToks, Emile.
She keeps trying to get me to do TikToks. She doesn't just report the news.
Right, you guys. So today, Doja Cat is actually clapping back at claims that a picture of her that started some whitewash claims. I mean, I'm going to get into the whole thing. Let me break it down. That's right. Today, Doja Cat has fired back at claims that YouTube has lightened her complexion after an image of her shared by YouTube sparked speculation. Now, Doja is having a record year. She recently made her Tonight Show debut, performing her very first Billboard Top 20 song, Say So, and her album Hot Pink peaked at number 17 on the Billboard 200 in the US. So it's no surprise that YouTube made Doja Cat the face of its Woman Crush Everyday playlist released on Tuesday that said, "Get introduced to these women who are rising in the ranks of hip hop," featuring Doja Cat with this image of her. And it seems like a lot of people had a lot to say about this particular image. YouTube was quickly getting flooded with claims that YouTube lightened Doja's appearance in an attempt to whitewash her, with some going as far as questioning whether she lightened her skin herself. With fans leaving comments on her community page posts saying things like, "Oh dang, why'd they make her so white, LOL," or "Those beauty standards are really peaking in this photo." Shortly after the post, Doja actually took to her Instagram stories to actually slam these claims and defend her multiracial identity and varying skin tone. First, Doja shared the YouTube playlist image saying, "Thanks YouTube Music." She then recorded a video where she is seen scrolling through the various negative comments, and this is what she had to say.
Hey, so if you're stupid as you probably left a comment under this picture talking about this. Hey, how about I'm half white, not entirely black. My skin gets very light when I don't tan. I was staying indoors a lot before that shoot. New subject. Dumb.
You heard it straight from Doja. She actually has a mixed background and previously told Days that her father is South African while her mother is Jewish American. And to read out some of the comments Doja highlighted, they read things like, "Doja, please don't let them whitewash you," and "Oh, she white. Still gorgeous AF." People are now coming to her defense on YouTube and on Twitter though, like this fan who said, "As a multiracial woman myself, I get the same annoying comments about me being too white in the winter and too dark in the summer. Lighting plays a big role in it as well. People are slow." Or this one that says, "I swear the internet always has something negative to say. Why can't y'all just vibe?" And this one that says, "I'd say it's 85% lighting and 15% lighting touch-ups, but everyone's overreacting." She looked almost this shade in her bathroom mirror during her e-girl tutorial, guys. Shaking my head, another day on the internet, I guess. I am so glad that Doja came straight out and was like, "Yo, what?" Like, basically, I'm not going to repeat the words that she said. You heard what she said, and she said what she said. And basically, yeah, like, she's just saying this is ridiculous. Basically, move on. Yeah, she said what she said.
I mean, more and more celebs are defending themselves because we live in a time where anybody can grab their phone, they can get on the computer, and they can just type away and say whatever they want. However, that also gives the right for whoever you're talking about to come back and slam
back. Clap back
at you. All seriousness, though, I am glad that she spoke out, and I think she's so sweet, and I'm glad that she's getting all the recognition, and she's having this major wave of success in this moment. So we want to highlight that because we love Doja Cat, but again, we're glad that she clapped back and she said so.
She said, I'm done.
All right, guys, it is hump day, which means absolutely nothing, but we have another segment that does mean something, and it's the final rundown.
1.5 minutes on the clock, Emile.
Kicking it off, Coachella and Stagecoach have officially been postponed, and we now have the official dates for October. So we told you yesterday that it looked like Coachella and Stagecoach were going to be postponed until later, and now it's official. Golden Voice released a statement with the new date saying Coachella will now take place on October 9th, 10th, and 11th, and October 16th, 17th, and 18th. Stagecoach will take place on October 23rd, 24th, and 25th. All purchases for the April dates will be honored for the rescheduled October dates.
So it looks like we might be seeing some Halloween-inspired outfits for
Listen,
Coachella.
I'm ready for the fashion. I'm ready for the fashion.
Ready for it. Now, moving on to our next story. You guys, Taylor Swift could have been, or almost was, a guest star on The Vampire Diaries. During an interview with E! News, Nina Dobrev spilled a little secret that Taylor Swift almost guest starred on The Vampire Diaries. She revealed that Taylor was in talks about the guest star role, saying, quote, "I remember at the very beginning, we heard that Taylor Swift was a fan of the show, and then the producers tried to write a role for her. It didn't work out schedule-wise, obviously, she wasn't on the show, but that was a surprising one. While it didn't work out, Nina said she would have been great, and you know what? We agree.
We agree. Now, moving on, Disney and Avengers fans, we have some news. The long-awaited Avengers campus is opening at Disney California Adventure on July 18th. The opening date was announced at the shareholders meeting today, and there will be a slew of Avenger-themed rides, restaurants, and attractions. Disney, I am not done. Disney describes as an entirely new land dedicated to discovering, recruiting, and training the next generation of heroes, and we can't wait.
That was a hero attempt, Emile. I love that. Getting the hero news out to the people. All right, you guys, that is it for today's episode of the Daily Hollywood Rundown. But before you go, I really want to know your thoughts on our Doja Cat story. Were you really happy that she spoke out directly to all her fans and all the people leaving those comments on that particular post? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Yes, and I want to know, are you one of those people who was planning on going to Coachella or Stagecoach and then you already bought your tickets, it got postponed? Let us know if you are and if you're still going in October, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Bye, guys.
Oh my gosh, why is it still going off?
It's still going off, you guys.
Listen, click over here to watch yesterday's episode of DHR.
And while you're there, you should totally hit that subscribe button right there because you don't want to miss a single thing.
What is going
even
on?
that alarm.